Welcome back to Team Fat Kid. Choose the Fat. This is Jason.
This is Dooley.
And today we have a special guest with us. We have Aden. Aden is a good friend of ours. He hasn't come over in a while. Aden, what the fuck you been up to?
I have been, currently I was in a relationship for about 2 years. It just recently ended. And just pretty much just been working.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing that the relationship ended? You can be honest here.
Both. It was both.
Both?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't...
I mean, we're not going to ask you. We're not going to pry into your personal life unless you let us. So.
Aiden, tell us all about it.
But,
what's that love radio show that's been on for like fucking ever?
Love Live?
No, it's like
Dr. Drew?
No,
it's not on anymore.
No, the one with the lady at
Oprah?
like late night. No, you're just gonna keep naming off names, Dooley. Shit, now I can't remember her name, but it was like and like people call in like, I really just want to play the song for my loved one because he's so awesome and amazing. She's like, I got just a thing for you. And then she plays like the gayest love song ever.
I'm pretty sure since you've listened to some of our podcasts, we kind of do that whole and now for slow Team Fat Kid Radio,
coming to you live from TFK in the garage.
I don't know if I want to talk about that too much.
Okay, that's fine.
It's fresh.
Okay, we'll leave it alone. All right. So you gotta. So we right before we came on air, we were talking to you like you were interested in doing a podcast, and so everyone, this is Aiden's first time on a podcast.
We're recording?
Yeah.
My shit went out.
Oh, that's okay.
My bad.
We can still hear you, just because you can't hear yourself.
It's technical difficulty.
How's that?
Oh, yeah. A
There
lot
you go.
better.
There. No, it wasn't plugged in at all, so fuck.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay.
All right, so right before we came on, we were talking about Aden wanting to start a podcast, and we, of course, we're all about it. So let's talk about what you want to do with your podcast.
Well, I've loved podcasts for a while now. I've been listening to about 5-6 years, all types of different kinds. I love podcasts, mainly comedy, but I really like the really intellectual ones, talking about space or anything. If it has the word quantum in it, I'm not saying I understand it all.
I'm assuming
the challenge of
I'm assuming you listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson's.
I don't.
Oh, really?
I don't. I listen to a lot of, let's see. I mean, Joe Rogan, obviously.
Yeah.
He has like a mixture of comedians on there as well as like
MMA show, fucking
MMA,
everything.
all that stuff. But then I also like, what's his name? Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
Really, really like that guy. He gets a lot of hate, but if you actually take the time to listen, there is no hate coming. It's just, people don't take the time to look stuff up.
Oh, like to actually pay, to be knowledgeable about the actual subject matter.
Yeah, they just look. They'll read like a headline in an article and be an activist that if that's true. It's you can write an article with a headline saying Obama, likes to throw footballs, but within the article they have to say the truth. You can lie in the headline as long as you correct yourself within the center of the article.
Yeah.
So people read a lot of bullshit, but it's the truth that it's in the center of,
Right.
Yeah, that's the meat and potatoes.
Yeah. So reading
like
the whole article.
That's the meat and the potatoes, man.
It's Team Fat Kid. It's all about meat and potatoes.
Oh yeah.
So today we're cooking a cow's head.
Quite literally.
Yeah, literally, we have that bitch dangling over a fire. So
yeah, that was cool.
So it's working right now. We're gonna make some sweet beef cheek tacos later on today. As soon as it finishes cooking, it looks like it's gonna take a long time.
I mean, it is hanging over a fire.
But lucky for you guys, we have a podcast to keep you entertained while we do this.
That's right. We have plenty of beers,
Yeah, we'll be okay. So, what about this week? So, where are you working nowadays? Don't use the name of the.
Right now, I'm working at a deli, and I'm also working. You don't want me to say that?
Yeah, I mean, because
I'm working as a bar back, and I'm also working as a deli clerk.
Okay, so are you still making your sweet ass cocktails?
I am not. I'm back to bar backing. Let's just say it's very similar to an establishment that we all worked together on. Very, very similar. And I'm enjoying it. when I go in and do the deli stuff, it's a little bit more quiet. You know, I get to kind of just accomplish a task.
I feel like delis are like that missed like experience that a lot of people don't get to see. Like, because when you get to a restaurant, it's like, where the fuck's my food? It's been 10 minutes. At a deli, like, you get to watch them do the whole thing. Like, you get to watch them like cut it or do whatever the hell to it, and you're kind of like, I mean, I'm cool with this. Like,
yeah. It's a little weird, though. It's a little weird when you're just
people,
like slicing and people are just staring at every slice that comes off.
It's like, that one better be half an inch, bitch. Like,
I think that was the first phone call we ever had in the middle of a podcast. I'm sorry, guys.
Right.
It's Alex. Alex is running late. Obviously, you can make fun of his ass today because you were on time and he's late as shit.
on time. Like,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I had to walk away from the podcast to take a phone call. So what were you guys talking about?
Just like, because he said he's a deli clerk and everything. Like, the difference between like going to a restaurant and people are like, you know, where's my food? It's been 10 minutes, and then at a deli, people are kind of just like, oh, it's okay. I'm watching them work.
Well, it's not all like that. You know,
yeah.
like, being behind the bar most of my life, you get kind of used to a certain clientele. You know, people get drunk and they become a little rude or whatever, and I'm used to that. And I really didn't expect that to happen at the deli. But boy, you'd be surprised, man.
What, like,
people want their meats and cheeses immediately. It's crazy.
Now, like at that deli, like, are you making sandwiches and things like that, or is it?
Yeah. Let's see. I make sandwiches. I obviously cut meats and cheeses.
Get out of town.
Salads.
You cut meat at a deli?
Oh, dude, it's crazy. Got this round blade.
It goes really fast.
Yeah.
Let me check your fingers. You still got them all?
Still got them.
Oh, look at that. He still got them
I
all.
don't play around. Some of the other employees like to do little tricks to kind of speed up stuff, and I don't play that.
Yeah, I don't play with the meat slicer.
I mean, I cut this finger off doing that, so.
Yeah.
Hey, Dooley, huh? What? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, use the fucking handguard. It's there for a reason.
I was using the handguard.
I've seen 3 people cut their fingers since I worked there. Not bad, just little nicks, but still.
Yeah,
So it's a nick.
No.
like we all worked for a company at the same time, and one of the cooks, I don't know if you guys remember, sliced the ever loving shit out of his finger.
Yes, I remember that.
And
Which one?
You have a picture of it.
Yeah, do you? Yeah, like some old school shit. Yeah, so like he cut the shit out of himself, and like he was down and out for a fucking hot minute. With that being said, where you going? What are you doing?
What's that? Brewskis.
Oh, are there beers in there?
He just brought.
Oh, fantastic.
He brought the cooler closer.
Yeah, we brought the cooler closer to the chair. But I'm excited because Aden brought over some snacks. You know, like we're Team Fat Kid, and we are big on snacks. Aden, you want to tell us what the hell you got here?
Yeah, you know, I'm half Colombian, so I went down there to check out, you know, my homeland. And this was about a year ago. And then I was in the store just kind of checking out, you know, the area, and I went to a convenience store, and they were selling little, like, a snack, but it's bugs. I'm not exactly sure what kind of bugs they are. They look like, kind of like little, what is it, little June bug?
Maybe.
Kind of?
Yeah,
Little beetle looking
it's a
thing.
little beetle of some
I'm
sort.
not sure what it
What
is,
is it?
but yeah.
No,
it's,
we're about to pop these
it's a
bad
little
boys.
salted
though.
beetle snack.
Hey
And,
man, it
yeah.
probably goes well with beer.
Absolutely.
I mean, we grabbed a little snack. Dooley, if you want to grab that one over there, we grabbed a little snack in your honor because you were coming over. So we bought what is it? How do you even say that?
I was going to say, Jason, it's English.
No, like the name of it.
I'm not even going to try.
Pack-you?
Pack-you, P-A-Q-U-I, and it is the haunted ghost pepper chip.
Oh, shit.
So, if it's anything like the ones I've had before, they're hot as
Warning,
shit.
it's freaking hot.
I'll try it.
So, yeah, we knew you were coming over, and we like to do snacks in the podcast, because that and drinks, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So you want to do a bug first? Let's do it. You want to get in on this? Let's do it. Have you had these? You've had these.
I have.
And you said should I eat more than one at a time? Like pop like two?
Pop like 2.
Pop like 2, okay.
It's really not bad.
I mean, I've eaten bugs before. I've eaten grubs, and I've eaten ants, and other delicious delicacies.
I mean, if
Look,
you
they
didn't
got
know
the little
that they
legs
were
on them
bugs,
and everything.
then, you know,
It's
it
definitely
wouldn't
like a
freak you
beetle
out.
or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, where the hell did you
teeth
put
get
the
stuck in
hole?
your teeth a little bit.
The teeth get stuck in your teeth?
The legs.
Oh, the legs get
The
stuck in your
legs
teeth a
of
little
the-
bit? We got floss for that. You gonna partake with us, or are we just gonna go?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, so here we go. So we don't know what kind of bug this is. It looks definitely like some sort of beetle. All right.
All right.
Cheers, Dooley.
Cheers.
Let's do it. You know what it tastes like? Like the overcooked popcorn seeds. Like when you can actually eat a popcorn seed.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
very similar to that.
It changes though. The first initial taste is a lot different than what I'm tasting right now.
Yeah, because like at first it's a little salty, but then it's buttery almost.
It kind of reminds me of, you know how the inside of a pistachio has like the kind of little skin.
Yeah. That's very good. Like that's you've nailed that one.
Thank you.
I was thinking just like the
I'm trying to
shit like
pretend.
like shit like the peanut and stuff, shit like that too. Like
Yeah.
that little bit of film on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I actually enjoy a lot.
Yeah, it's
They need to just produce the skin.
So when they peel like all the peanuts for like the honey roasted peanut jars, and like then you just like next to it there could be like a sack of like skins.
Yeah,
Like,
straight up profit.
Here's a sack of skins, brother.
all the shit we've been throwing away for years, we're gonna pop those and sell them.
Hit me up, Mr. Peanut.
All right.
Ideas.
He's got ideas. And being this close, isn't it like in Smithfield? Isn't that where like the planters? They got a planters factory there.
Oh,
So-
I didn't know that.
So before you actually eat it, we did this with Pastor Will.
Oh, what did we do? You got to refresh me there. That was like podcast 3.
Yeah. Well,
We're like on
Pastor
30.
it was like basically we before we eat something or do something like that, like we asked the guests like, so what can you live without and what could you definitely throw away type of thing.
Okay, so you got to throw them 4 items.
I was gonna say,
let's eat the chip real fast and
Okay.
we'll talk. We'll talk about it.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Very Dorito-esque.
Yeah. I already got the heat.
A little heat.
Yeah, a little bit. Damn, man.
Still doing good. I'm waiting for it to start ramping up.
I feel
Well.
like it's hot. Like there's a lot of flies in here today.
And we even got the fucking fly bait out too.
Well, that's because we're the shit.
Yeah, it definitely has a little burn.
A little bit.
It's not terrible, but I imagine if you keep eating them,
Oh yeah. Oh
Yep.
yeah.
With a mic cord.
I don't think I want any
You
more
good?
of that.
But,
yeah, that it's definitely got some heat
It's
on
not hot ones, right?
it. No, this is not
Okay.
hot one. Which, by the way, I really enjoy that show. Like it's
Absolutely.
the YouTube hot ones, like where they eat the wings and do a full on interview.
Love it.
It's like, did you?
I'm already kind of like, I'm already sweating bad anyway.
Did you see the Gordon Ramsay one?
Yeah.
Like that one.
He critiqued the shit out of the fucking wings. He's like,
They did.
this isn't even fucking
He's
cooked
like,
properly.
You fucking bought these yesterday, didn't you? So,
4 things. One, you cannot live without.
I lost you, Dooley. Yeah. Nope. Nope.
It's always getting lost.
That's definitely. Can you hear yourself?
No.
You might need to unplug that thing. Sorry, technical difficulty. Ow. Fuck. Talk now. I can hear you now.
1, 2, 3, 1,
Yeah,
2, 3.
You're back. You're back.
Mic cord. God damn.
It got hot, didn't it?
Mic check.
But so 4 things.
Okay.
1, cannot live without. 3, have to never have again. Pizza, chicken wings, nachos, burger.
Well, I can't live without a burger. And
See, I'm with him on that.
I'm with.
Which one do you kick to the curb?
what are the choices again?
Pizza, burger, nacho, and
Wings.
wings.
Nacho.
I feel the same way. I
I like a good nacho though.
It's not going to be wings.
Yeah, hell no. No, I couldn't.
But wings are just wings, and then you can put sauces on them to kind of change them up. But a burger has kind of a lot more.
You can do everything you can do with a pizza, a wing, a nacho, a taco, and a fucking anything else on a burger.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that is
I've had a burger where the bun was made out of like seaweed and rice. You know,
Okay.
it's kind of like a weird fusion restaurant that I
Yeah.
went to. So you can just do whatever you want with them.
So okay,
I'm right
Like
there with you.
pizza
Because
burger.
shit, when we were out in California, we were at this one restaurant, and then Jason and Alex get some random stuff, and I'm looking at the fucking burger menu. It's like,
yeah,
dude,
like everywhere we went, Julie was getting a burger, and like, dude, we were in California. Like, you can get a burger fucking anywhere, and but he just kept ordering burgers. Like, I mean,
I'm sorry, I love it.
I mean, I love burgers too, but like when we're in a fucking restaurant on the other side of the fucking country, and they're known for something, eat what they're known for.
Which I did. After
Because you
I had
ate
burger.
the shit off my plate. So, no, I'm a huge burger fan, but I have a question for you, Aiden. This, I don't know like how many of our podcasts you've listened to, but we had a debate about a month ago, I think it was, where we discussed what do you think is the most iconic American sandwich. Being in a deli,
Oh yeah.
this is a good topic for you. Like, so if you had to pick one sandwich that you think is the most American sandwich. It's a good question, right?
That is a good one.
That shit has me like.
Yeah, that fucking chip was hot as hell.
I'm surprised at the amount of sandwiches that are running through my head right now. Yeah, there's a lot out there.
Oh yeah, I
Most
mean
like-
sandwiches are. First of all, like sandwiches are my favorite food, and a burger being my favorite sandwich.
I think I got it.
Yeah, okay, go for it.
Grilled cheese.
See,
That's what
We-
Alex said too. That's
yeah,
it.
so
Pretty iconic.
Okay, it is iconic, but it stems from a French sandwich called the croque monsieur, and so it is technically not
Okay.
fully
Okay,
American.
then
Like
I
no,
will-
like so, like no. This is exactly how it went down last time because I got one in my head that I think is like and no one can argue it. So, but I just want to feel you out and like because grilled cheeses are fucking amazing. Like the producer,
he wants to feel you.
yeah, I want to feel you up, not out. So the producer is huge on grilled cheeses. She eats them all the time. Like it's like her go-to quick snack, quick dinner. So what hit me again? What you got? Yeah, we're gonna.
Because I will tell you mine.
Okay.
After, like, as I said one at first, I forgot what it was.
You said cheeseburger first, didn't you?
Yeah, I said cheeseburger, and then I looked it up because I got the computer. And
And we were arguing with him like because the burger comes from Hamburg, Germany.
Oh, really?
So
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah. So
and then I came up to them and was like, okay, I got one even better. And they're like, what? I'm like, Reuben. Like, sauerkraut.
yeah, this is you still.
That one went through my mind.
Yeah, Dooley, tell the story. 'Cause
I went through looking at it, and it was, I forgot exactly what state, but it was like
Philly, right?
it was like a Midwest,
it's
northern
like in
area.
Nebraska or some shit.
Yeah, it-
Oklahoma,
Oh, yeah,
Oklahoma, because
It was-
all the beef out there.
Oklahoma, Nebraska, somewhere around there. And there's such a different variety of how it's kind of like mythology. It's all oral knowledge, basically. So no one knows exactly where it started because it was here and here and here and here. So who knows who made it 1st? But it was someone where this stuff was happening, and they just took corned beef, and they're like, "Oh, we need some acid to it." All right, sauerkraut, and then they made fucking Thousand Island. Which this is where I'm thinking it was in New Jersey area because where Thousand Island came from, it's Thousand Islands, Thousand Little Islands or whatever. I forgot exactly where that is, but
So a chef, honestly, like okay, what happened was like there was a chef on a boat and they were out having a dinner party, and when you know, obviously on a boat you can't run to the damn store, and he forgot to pack salad dressing.
yeah,
So he's got these people, like these rich people, that are going to eat his, like he's making this fancy meal and he forgot to pack a salad dressing. So he whipped up the salad dressing on a boat. And that's why it's called Thousand Islands.
Yeah.
Because, like, he, like, just had mayonnaise and pickles and ketchup, and, like, he mixed that shit together and put it over the damn salad. And it became famous. Like, everyone on the boat loved it. And, you know, so it was very upper crust.
yeah,
For Thousand Island, now you think about it, it's mac sauce, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So I mean,
I didn't even know that.
yeah. So it was at a deli, just some random deli, and then it just became famous.
Oklahoma, we're going back to the Reuben.
Yeah, go back to the Reuben like that. It just became famous somewhere in like Nebraska, Oklahoma area, and then like everyone they keep on thinking like, oh, it's fucking Irish dish. No, not really. Like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you would leave. That was what you would think, but it's still not the most American dish.
Yeah,
it's the
it's
most
not.
American
Because
thing.
just the name alone doesn't really sound very American. A Reuben,
Yeah,
you know, sounds
it is
exotic.
funny that it wasn't even made by like an Irish dude.
it probably wasn't even made by a dude named Reuben.
Yeah, like,
It's probably made by a girl.
her name was Sally. Like,
Stop holding them back.
Equal opportunity. So anyway, what do you got? You got anything else? You got another stab at the most. Think about it. Think about like American sandwiches, and like
I mean, I got a lot of close ones, but nothing's hitting me really hard. Bologna sandwich. I think.
well, bologna.
In my life, I'm just
Bologna is
thinking,
a
like, growing up
sausage,
as-
and that's also German. So, like, I was like
What
the
have
one
we
thing,
done?
the one thing that I know a lot about is like food history. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like one of like, you know, if it has anything to do with food, like I came up with this one all on my own because like it stemmed from a story that the neighbor's cutting the grass perfect. Yeah.
that's gonna come clear.
Yeah, that'll be like the clearest thing in the whole podcast, my neighbor cutting the grass. All right, so like what I'll tell you the story, and then you'll pick up on it. So I believe. Well, I'm just gonna. I'll go through the whole thing, but I believe like the Philly is the most American sandwich. A, because Philadelphia is the birthplace of America, and it is. It's named after the city, and that's where it was invented, in Philadelphia. So I believe that the Philly cheesesteak is the most American sandwich. So the story goes like a server came to me and someone had ordered lettuce and tomato on their Philly. And I was like, well, who the fuck does that? You know, and I said it out loud, and the server heard me. And she was like, I don't know. You good? All right. She's like, I don't know. Fucking Americans? And I was like, it's a fucking Philly, dude. It's an American sandwich.
The
matter what you
only
do.
way to order a Philly is a Philly wit.
Yeah, you get some sauteed onions on that shit, and you know you either get provolone, cheese whiz, or American. That is it.
I agree.
That's
So, but what do you think is the most iconic cheese of the Philly?
personally, I'm the white American fan on the Philly.
I am with you.
But
I
it has
tried
to-
the Cheese Whiz at the famous Geno's and the one that's right across the street.
Yeah. I can't remember the name.
A
Yeah,
little competitive.
yeah.
Yeah.
They both say that they.
Fucking up with that.
Oh,
They're
is it-
both great. But the thing is, you can't. It's very hard to mess up a cheesesteak. I think it's such a simple sandwich that it's hard to mess up.
Yeah.
Even the cheap ones you buy at a 7-Eleven or something like that, still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, like on a shitty Philly is still good.
Yeah. Well, you can microwave it, and bread soggy. It's still good.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but I mean, I know we have other topics that are going to come up about, but my thing with a Philly, the condiments that you put on it,
Okay.
Yeah.
horseradish,
You're going rogue, bro.
You lost me.
Yeah.
horsey sauce stuff.
No, man.
Yeah,
You're going
yeah.
rogue. I don't believe it. I
I'd
think
be
the
open to
sauce.
it.
I mean, I'm definitely open to it, but I think a Philly, the sauce is the cheese.
Yeah.
To me, like
Oh, yeah.
it's it's bread, meat, cheese, and some sautéed onions, and that's pretty much it.
It's kind of like when the cheese melts from the liquid of the meat.
Yeah,
It
the
makes
grease.
that
I mean, you can say it.
grease,
You can
yeah.
say it. You can say grease. Like this is T-Fat
Yeah.
kid. Like it's like the grease and cheese is the sauce. Like
Pretty much.
so. I mean, I'm a huge cheesesteak fan, and like we got. I don't know if you saw like when we went out and we did like the tour of cheesesteaks
I
on.
did not.
So we ran around town. We went to like the top 5 in Yelp and went and bought up the sandwiches. And then we came home and we made our own bread and we competed in our little blind taste testing of cheesesteaks.
Okay.
And so we were very proud to come in second. In the place that I go to all the time when I want a cheesesteak, Philly Cold Cuts. I'll use their name because we dropped them and they were all following us like while we were doing the tasting, so they are aware that we did this.
Right.
Even though they didn't know it when we went in there, like we told them as like, yeah, dude, we got like we've been to Norfolk, we went all over the cities, getting the best cheesesteaks to see which one is the best. And I'm proud to say the one that I find the most delicious, Philly Colca, is one. And we came in second. And I will take that
Which you
as a
even
badge
said,
of honor that we came in second to the place that I think has the
Absolutely.
best cheesesteak in the city.
which you even said, like, that was the first place that you, first Philly they had in Virginia.
That was the
Something.
first restaurant I ate at when I moved here.
Yeah.
Like, my mom took me there, and my little brother and little sister. And that was the very first restaurant I went into when I moved to Virginia Beach. Shit, back in
Started off.
back in like '98. Yeah, I know. Like, I was like, it was downhill from there because, like, you know, you're like, holy shit, the food here is amazing. It's like
It really is.
The food here in Virginia Beach and Norfolk has really come up over the past couple years. I think that the quality of food and the quality of chefs have really
I would agree.
done some
Yeah.
really good things. Like, there's some restaurants still that I haven't been to that I want to go to. I mean, I'm going to name drop them because I haven't been there, and I'm not saying anything negative about them.
Right.
So, like Pendulum in Norfolk, I haven't been there, and they are making like their own sausages and things.
Right.
And I follow them on Facebook, and like they post, like they do a sausage of the week, and so they do crazy stuff. They did like a chicken bacon ranch sausage this week, and I was like, dude, I kind of want to get down there and check
Absolutely.
that out. Like,
I'm not even very into sausages. with
yeah,
that.
are you? Are you not? Are you not?
Like, can we kind of talk about that? Like,
the best kind?
I would say, like, in the past, like, 10 years, maybe 5, like,
How did I let that happen?
Jason catches it all. But, like, in the past, like, I'd say 5 to 10 years, like, the quality of chefs in our area has gone up so much since, like, I think it has a lot to do with Food Network. And
Okay,
has a lot to do
yeah,
with, like,
yeah. Well, I mean, I've been watching the Food Network, man, for pretty much its inception.
but, like the creativity with, like, a lot of people that, I mean, I don't know if it's just because we're in the culinary world, but, like, the quality of chefs that you meet and, like, their knowledge on stuff and their, like, creativity on stuff, like, you're like,
Yeah, I mean,
how the fuck you come up with that? And
Yeah,
then
I
it's
mean-
like, I don't know. Well, I got high, and then I was like, hey. Or I was drunk, and I just thought this was a good idea. Like,
Yeah, beautiful things, can stem from very simple
Yeah.
ideas,
I feel like the people that we've met and the people that, like, watch our stuff and then, like, comment on our stuff, I feel like that, like, a lot of the chefs that actually watch our stuff and listen to our stuff, like, they're really fucking creative. And I was seeing a lot of their posts on, like,
Oh,
Instagram
hell
and stuff
yeah,
like that. Like, it's, like, weird how it's, like, kind of blew me
And we
out.
don't even have that many followers, but the majority of the people who follow us are in the culinary field.
Yeah.
Because I think we just broke like 700 followers like last week.
Nice.
I think.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's crazy. Like when you think about it, like maybe like what
I'd say a year ago.
a year ago we had like 200 followers,
Yeah.
and so like in the past year we've picked up 500, and I feel like that Dooley ran into I can't remember her name.
I want to name drop her because
Yeah,
she was awesome.
Yeah, she got us. I swear, man. Like we jumped like almost 100 followers in like 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah,
like,
like
just from her
I was
influence.
just talking to her at the bar, and then she was like, "Oh, hey, and then we just started talking. And she's like, posted a picture on
And I just saw her post today.
Let me say one thing about chefs. Being a guy that was always in the front of the house, it always kind of upset me that you guys don't get compensated the way that you should, comparatively to front of the house.
Oh yeah, dude. Like it's night and
You
day.
guys are standing back there, in the whole gear, hot as hell. And
And-
we're out there in the front with the nice AC, and we're making, I'm not going to say a lot more, but
A lot more.
A lot more.
by the way, I found her. Her name is Stacy Bowstring. She is the CEO.
Thank you, Stacy.
And she's the CEO of the Bombshell Mama. She's a beauty educator, hair magician, sweary mom, and a sailor wife. That's her thing on Facebook. But like, she has like damn near 4,000 people following her, like all that type of stuff. Like she was down to earth. She's cool as hell, and like just a nice person to talk to. Like just we were talking about random shit, and
I mean, we talk about random shit all the time. That's basically what this podcast is based around.
That's the best.
But yeah, thank you, Stacy, for all the help that you gave us. But yeah, like what you're saying, like
It's messed up, right? Yeah.
like chefs, like it's a thankless job for the most part. Like sometimes they, here's a compliment to the chef, and it's like a fucking $1. Like,
I mean, I've received. They're few and far between.
Yeah.
Tips to the kitchen. I think the most that I've gotten was like $20, and I split it with the 3 other guys I was working with. So I think we all walked away with $5. You know what I mean?
Like my dad one time, we were at
got that beer at happy hour. I got one.
Right.
Hey man, whatever, man. He bought us a beer, whatever. You know.
Like
technically,
my dad one time we were at a breakfast place, and they closed at like 2, 3-ish or something like that, and then like they're done for the day. And my dad, he gave the staff, I think it was like, he gave the cooks like $40. Just like, here you go, here's $40, and then, you know, get a beer on me, type of thing like that. And they were like, there's no place around here that's gonna, like, for all like 7 of us to have this. He's like, oh man, go to this bar over here. They have happy hour going on from fucking 2 to 5.
Talk to Michelle behind the bar. Tell her I sent you.
Hand
her this $40 to let you know when
I shit you not, like they have like $2 beers from like 2 to fucking 6 or some shit like that, and they're like, oh fuck yeah, we're going there. And like
that was definitely a back in the day, because like beer prices have definitely gone up since, like, you know, when we all first started working for the one location.
Was it like $1.25?
Dude, it was, remember it was like 99-cent wheat pipes?
That was before my time.
Oh really? Yeah. Like,
I don't remember those, but I wasn't old enough to fucking drink.
That's how I remember the beginning is $1.25.
Yep.
Yeah, and it slowly went up and up.
Yeah, and then it went up to like $2. You know, and like, and it sucks, like, because the patrons get, you know, irritated. You know, like when, like, oh, I used to be able to get this same beer for $1. Well, yeah, you used to be able to get a gallon of milk for 15 cents, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
it's inflation.
Yeah,
you can't really do much about it.
I mean, shit fucking happens. Like, you know, like, okay, what happens? Okay, beer goes up in price for the bar. The bar passes that on to the patron. You know, so like the bar's margin isn't changing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so whatever they pay, that margin is going to stay the same, because you got to think, like, in a restaurant, like, if you're making between 11 and 17, if you're making 17 cents on every fucking dollar that comes in the door, like, you're doing well. Like, that is great at 17 cents. Like, if that's what you're putting in your pocket on every dollar you spend, like, so people at home, so you spend, you know, say $50. So what, they're going to put, somebody do the math. What's 17 cents times 50? Or 50 divided by 7? How do you even do that math? Do it, Dooley. Oh.
Give me a second. A random
I wish there was
number's
a
calling me.
camera, because the face that I made when you tried to ask me.
Yeah,
math,
17 cents times 50 is what I was trying to get out.
Hey, Aiden's face just, bitch, what? Like,
Yeah, 17 times 50.
it was the equivalent of going,
So if they make...
I know exactly where that came from.
yeah, that confused cartoon face from back in the day, you know.
So you spend $50. If the restaurant owner puts $8.50 in their pocket, they're doing good.
Yeah.
Think about it that way.
Wow.
So, like, because after the food cost, the liquor cost, you know, electricity, gas, water, rent, you know what I mean? Like, all that comes into play. So they're making 17 cents on every dollar, and that's if you're doing good.
Seems like I've heard that it's one of the harder businesses.
Jason,
You know?
what was I gonna say? Like,
You're still good. What are you doing?
I don't know, I'm getting a click.
Dude, the click is in your earphone.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Are you getting the click too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all in this
Not
box right
bothering
here. It's not.
Okay.
They're not. It's not popping up on the recording.
Okay, I thought
So
it was
this is
on the
something you're gonna have
microphone.
to deal
I
with.
just feel like I'm
Sorry
on
for the
airplane.
delay, people.
So yeah, you feel like you're on air.
My ears are popping.
Yeah. So it's the margins are thin in a restaurant. Like, so, like, yeah, if you're making $8.50 on $50, like, you're doing well. Like,
Isn't it like a 2-3 year process before you even start making a profit in a restaurant?
Yeah, usually it's like 2 years.
Yeah.
Like that you're gonna operate for 2 years before you really start.
That is a long
That's a
2
long
years.
time.
That's a long 2 years. Like even if that shit went by like just June. Oh shit.
I mean,
Like-
but you gotta remember though, like most times, not all times, like the owner is receiving some sort of paycheck from the business that's calculated in there. So like they're paying themselves out of that business as well as like they're paying all the employees.
Yeah.
Not always the case. Like he or she. I keep saying he, but like they might not get paid this week if they didn't make the money. You know what I mean? Like so it's being the owner kind of sucks, and like taking care of your people is important. You know, like.
Imagine.
But yeah, think about that. 2 years before you make your first profit.
Yeah. That's why I feel like loyalty with your employees for that type of stuff is so crucial at the start of a business. Because it's like, yeah, we only made like $200 a day.
Right.
You made $1. See you tomorrow. It's just-
Yeah, it reminds me of this article that I read. It was about a group of friends, or maybe not friends, but a group of acquaintances that opened a business together, and they all have equal share of everything. You know, and I really like that.
Well, we are currently right now in the baby steps of a food truck.
Really?
So we started writing the business plan because me have never been like a true business owner, where it all came out of my pocket. So like getting the loans and stuff like that, like you got to write a business plan. You got to be solid on like what you know. And it's like so we did like the financial side of it, like what we would basically figuring out our loan versus like our profit.
Right.
You know, and doing like all the money side of it, which is tedious as hell when you're trying to sit down. And if you know anything about Team Fat Kid, sitting down and doing a shit ton of paperwork is not what we do.
we hire people for that shit.
Yeah, like, we like literally like I'm on the verge of hiring somebody to do this shit for me. Because the business plan, like when you go to a bank, like they want to see your fucking resume.
Yeah.
Like they don't care about, okay, yeah, you say this is how you're going to utilize the money and this is how you're planning on paying it back, but they want your resume. They want to know how long you've been in the industry that you're starting a business in. They want to know everything about you. They want to know what your actual plan is. Like, okay, like I see that you need to make X amount of dollars in order for you to pay this loan back, but like how do you plan on making these dollars? Like,
Yeah.
like how do you plan on getting people like to your location, or to how do you plan on getting to their location and all these things?
You gotta sell them.
Yeah, and basically, and it's. I mean, there's a food truck podcast, like where this guy basically just talks about how to operate a food truck.
Really?
Yeah, and I just found it the other day because I've been doing a lot of food truck research, obviously. Like and us trying to find a truck that is reasonably priced and within our we have the equipment on it to do what we need to do to like produce like a Team Fat Kid menu. And like in the business plan, you have to actually have a fucking menu, and like show the like guys, hey, this is what we're gonna charge. This is our menu. Like, and if you know anything about Team Fat Kid, that menu changes daily. Like, so like we're gonna give them a baseline.
Well, I got an idea for you.
Okay.
What you need to do.
Get closer.
I don't know how to speak into a mic. So I think what you need to do is you need to do some intel. You need to figure out the exact person that is going to be looking over that paperwork. You need to figure out what food do they enjoy,
All right.
and then cater the menu
To them.
Exactly. So they look it up. I'd eat all that.
Yeah.
I'd eat all that. Dessert. Oh, that's exactly what I enjoy.
Yeah. And
then
when the hell are you?
you
When the hell are you guys pulling this up outside the bank?
Exactly.
It's like-
Give them a little discount code.
Yeah. Yeah, if you give me this fucking loan, like
Is that illegal?
Like
you give it?
I don't know.
I'd do it.
If we don't talk about it,
Right?
if it never happened. Like we learned very quickly, like if it doesn't happen on camera, the fucking shit didn't happen. You know what I mean? So like,
Right. right?
We did a little bit of TV. You know what I mean? Like when we went out on our little competition, and you learn very quickly. Like TV, like when you watch it, like obviously everyone's watched TV, but like
what's TV, Jason?
Like the shit that had to happen in order for them to get that one cut that you think is hilarious. It was probably like 5 or 6 takes. You know what I mean? Like,
well, from what I was listening to actually yesterday, it was like one podcaster was on another podcaster's podcast.
Yeah, very good. I'm glad you pulled that together because that seemed difficult to say. One podcaster was on another podcaster's podcast.
Oh my god! Anyway,
that was good. That was good. I'm proud of you.
But they were.
Hold on. Give him the round of applause. Like he needs a round of applause. We got little buttons. Like look, you can turn around like boop. Like as soon as you can hear it right now. Good job. Good job.
I cannot wait till I have my own. And I'm just gonna like spend hours finding stupid little drops.
Oh yeah, dude, like
for everything.
Like we still got empty slots up there. Like we need more slots.
What's the gun one?
Oh, the gun one.
Machine gun. Shots fired. And then our favorite one.
Oh yeah, that's just a pig squeal.
Oh, I've heard that one.
Yeah,
I heard that one.
Yeah, that's the pig squeal. Like so that we're really proud of that one. But yeah, like so podcast.
Yeah, so they were talking and kind of explaining how to grow because one of them was huge, and the other was just starting out and they were friends and they were giving pointers and they were saying that the one that was just kind of starting out, they were doing the video podcast, but they were doing a lot of cuts and different edits. But what the big guys told them is just treat it as a audio podcast. Don't even think about the camera at all.
Yeah. And
then just do your thing naturally, and then after the fact, then go through and cut because it comes out more natural.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about the episodes that I did hear from you guys. It's just.
We don't edit
straight out of
fucking thing. Yeah, we don't.
I love it.
We don't edit a single fucking thing. Like it's.
I love it.
We like what you're hearing. Like we don't pause it. Well, we have paused it one time.
Oh no, we tried to pause it one time.
No, because one time we did have to pause it because the producer came home and she was pissed off at me. So we paused it.
Oh yeah.
Until she went in the house, and then we started back up.
And that was one of them.
Yeah.
and then literally it was like a pause, and it's like, oh yeah,
she just pulled up.
And it was like, what were we talking about?
Yeah, she was mad that day. I don't even know what she was mad about. But
I know that anger.
Yeah,
man, actually.
I can't remember.
She was my boss.
Yeah, I can't. That's right. I can't remember what she was mad about that day. I'm sure. I did something. That's just normal.
That's just married life.
Oh yeah, I do stuff to piss her off all the time. Love her to death, and she tolerates.
Is she here?
Yeah, she's here.
I gotta say hi.
Yeah, she'll be out. Usually she's out here. Like I don't know.
She's probably on the couch with the.
I think I looked like she was not there. Like she might have went back to sleep. I don't know. Like I woke up this morning and I had to clear her off because we were hanging out yesterday. Mm-hmm. One of her, Will's daughter, Pastor Will's daughter's birthday was yesterday.
Yeah.
So we went over there for a little bit and had some beers. We were fashionably late because we want to let the kids kind of.
Can you explain the Pastor Will?
Yeah. Okay, so you know Will. You've met him. He's been here, like to Melissa's parties and stuff like that. He has the long dreads.
I was just trying to find.
He just became a pastor. Nickname. No, he just became a pastor. So we drop that all the time.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. So Will, like our good friend, became a pastor. So we just call him Pastor Will because it's awesome.
Absolutely.
Like Team Fat Kid has a pastor.
Pastor Will.
That's why I thought it was a nickname. It's such a good name.
So yeah, so this morning I woke up and I had to clear off a bunch of beer cans out here because we drank there and then we came home and then we turned it on. Yeah. Once you're in the security of your home, we turned it on. So there was we probably drank over a case of beer between the two of us yesterday. Yeah. So so she's probably taking a nap, because we were definitely fashionably late to the kids' party because we wanted most of the kids to be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you know me, I don't have children.
I do.
So we don't. I mean, yeah, we'll
They're
show.
not really fun to drink with.
No. They can't hold their alcohol.
No, yeah. They start falling down, picking up rocks.
Yeah, like one tequila, dude, and they're flipping tables and shit. Like,
Get it together. Figure it out.
Oh shit! So yeah, today, man, we're gonna make these tacos, and I'm hoping that they're gonna be fantastic. It's my first time cooking a cow's head.
You said, what is it? Tacos de cabeza.
Tacos de cabeza. So, it's and honestly, like how we came up with this idea is how we come up with most of our ideas. Like we were just cruising through a store, and we were there getting something else, and then we saw this fucking big ass cow's head, and we were like, holy shit! Like, we need this.
Yeah.
Like, so.
It was funny that we're just literally just strolling around the store, and we're like, "What the fuck is that?" We fucking need that. Like, yeah, let's get it.
I need that in my.
Who doesn't like head?
I knew you were gonna get there eventually.
Just the famous, right there for that.
Cut you off for my dumb joke.
Yeah, it's
gotta love the dad jokes.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely, they're the best.
What do you got there?
They're on
Julie?
the come up.
You didn't bring any cups.
Oh, I only got the.
You didn't bring the tasters.
Oh yeah, sure.
Hold on, I got them.
Let me see that. So what I'm looking at is a bottle of whiskey.
And people of the podcast know that I am a avid lover of whiskey. So
I too am a fan. So I would say I like all liquors equal, except for vodka.
yeah, vodka is like the
It's boring.
yeah, cotton candy vodka, whatever.
But see, I'm a
No,
bartender.
no
and I
cotton
enjoy
candy
making
vodka.
cocktails,
Yeah.
So
No. We're saying like fuck the vodka, really. Like vodka is only good if you have to mix it.
Oh yeah, vodka.
Yeah.
I mean, well,
It's just boring.
so let's line them up. Because it wouldn't be a Team Fat Kid podcast if we didn't do a shot, right?
Let's do it.
So, all right, what do we got? What do we got? Booker's.
So this is McAfee's. McAfee's Benchmark Old Number 8 brandy. It's
Brandy.
brand.
Oh, I thought you said brandy. I was like,
Distilled, aged, and bottled at Buffalo Trace. It's kind of like one of their smaller type of, kind of like a ancient
age.
Yeah, ancient age. It's kind of like that, but a different type of brand to it. It's been aged for at least 36 months.
Have you had the ancient age yet?
I have not.
Wait, before you do that, let's do the ancient age because I feel
Do you
like
still
it's
have some?
that's a good question.
Man, I wish
Hold on, let me go look.
I didn't know about the shots. If I'd have known, I'd have brought.
I mean, yeah,
I
like
got
dude,
some bad boys. I got
like
some
like
hitters.
Chase, he's brought over this one. I think it was Dewars. I think he brought over Dewars.
Scotch.
Yeah, and his mother-in-law went to Scotland, and she got one of those like little kind of airplane bottles. It was in a package of Talisker,
I don't know it.
and I think that's just Scotland.
Yeah,
Well, it's only sold like in Scotland.
Yeah, Talisker. My mother-in-law brought like some bottles, like the little sample pack.
Yeah.
And so we never heard of it before, straight from Scotland. Like it was good.
Like the first one was, it smelled like you're like, ooh, this is gonna be.
All
a
right,
thing.
so real fast, this is ancient age, so it's a cheap bottle.
Actually, I think I've had that before.
It's a cheap bottle, but it's made by Buffalo Trace.
Maybe I've just seen it and didn't try it.
Yeah, we do what we like to call drams.
or what Jason likes to call it, Fosse shots.
It's a Fosse shot, so because we're gonna do several, so we don't
Oh,
go
boy.
all the way.
We don't drive after this.
We don't go
Yeah.
full bore in like so when we're doing some shots, especially like well there's Dooley.
Hey, I did a Fosse.
I had planned the skateboard after this. And,
Oh, yeah?
it's-
Oh, I wanted to get into that. But let's do this and then that, and then we'll talk about
Yeah.
your career in skateboarding because that's very interesting.
Sláinte.
So as far as like it's a bottom shelf. It's a bottom shelf bourbon, ancient age, but it is made by Buffalo Trace. So
Really?
yeah. So that's why it doesn't suck as much as the other.
It's really not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It has a little bit of that kind of ethanol. That always kind of comes through in like cheaper liquors, but way better than others.
I mean,
that's for sure.
And so, which made me think of it is because this is Benchmark, and this too is it brewed by Buffalo Trace or is it just bottled by Buffalo Trace?
It's distilled, aged, and bottled at Buffalo Trace.
So it's another Buffalo Trace. This one, I was like, what? We were in the store, and I was like, Dooley, what is Benchmark? And he was like, I don't know, about $20. Like,
I mean, I was gonna buy the one that was next to it, which was 1.75 liter. It was a different company and everything, but I bought this one because I was like, oh, Buffalo Trace. They don't make bad shit, so
yeah.
Buffalo Trace doesn't make bad bourbon. So I mean, anything that's in there coming from their warehouse or distillery, whatever you want to call it.
Slancha.
All right, so this is Benchmark, right?
Yep. A little bit more of a smoke.
I think it's a little smoother than the Ancient Age. It still has that ethanol-y.
A little bit, but a little bit less.
I get a little bit more of a smoke at the end of it.
Yeah.
Smoky oak.
Definitely.
That's from the char. That's probably from the char in the barrel.
Yep.
Oh, and
I mean, they're both
American oak.
They're both decent. Like for a lower end bourbon.
$20.
Yeah, I think it was like 26.
It's like a handle for 26.
Yeah,
no, it's 21.49, dude.
Oh yeah. 21.19.
Yeah, 21.
For a handle.
Yeah, 21.19 because like she was because the
that's 1.75 too. So
the clerk said said the person who came in before us spent the same amount, 21.19. I bought a bottle of Svedka for Melissa, and that was 21.19. And then Dooley walks up with that, and then it's 21.19. She's like, "I'm playing these damn numbers tonight." Like,
that's pretty crazy.
Like the world is talking to you right now. When the past 3 people walked up and spent the same amount of money, like,
but in the honor of whiskeys, let's take a moment of silence for Jim Beam.
Oh yeah, there's 45,000 barrels, huh?
Yeah, 45,000 barrels, fucking burned. Like it.
You didn't see that? It was like last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like last week or something like that. It was like just the place caught on fire.
They had a fire in they had a fire in one of their storage warehouses, and 45,000 barrels went up.
45,000 barrels of delicious shit.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. It's pretty sad.
So we're gonna take a moment of silence.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna take my hat off.
Poor Jim Beam.
Oh wait. Amazing Grace. I'm doing the shooting sound too.
How sweet the sound. All right. So yeah. Okay. Let's dive a little deeper into Aden. So
how deep we going?
So deep.
So deep.
So deep. So like really, I want to let's talk about skateboarding, man. Like, I mean, I used to do it when I was younger. And I fucked myself up pretty good.
I have seen some of your videos that you've been putting up, like just going through the feed and everything.
He does some cool shit.
You seem like you've gotten a lot better since when we worked together.
What are you filming on?
Yeah, that was nothing.
Just people's phones.
Oh, really?
That's all it is nowadays. If you're pretty much watching most clips on Instagram or YouTube, it's from people's phones. I mean, the technology.
Like, are you using like a mount, or are you something similar to that?
Sometimes I don't really like skate like that anymore. You know, just responsibilities in life kind of get in the way. I try to skate at least. I mean, recently it's been like twice a week, but we'll say 6 months ago it was like once every 2 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know how much you love it, so it probably sucked not being able to do it.
I can't just blame, work. I've also been lazy. But
lazy's
the thing
good.
Is, absolutely.
Lazy's good.
But the thing is, when you take such a long time in between, right, and you're used to being at a certain level, when you go back and do it, you're kind of rusty. But you expect everything to still be the way it was when you skated before, and it can be very stressful. And I just recently got over that hump, and things are going better. And I appreciate you saying that I'm getting better, though, but it's not true.
Hey, if you need to throw wood on that, just get it from the fence on the left side. That's where the dry shit is. Yeah, Dooley's going to go check on our head, make sure that there's still. I know Aiden and I walked out there right for the podcast and threw some more some more logs on the fire. But,
Yeah. A good sized log.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I know how much you love skating, and like I, too, was really big into it. Like as a younger man, I surfed, skated, I did all that stuff. I used to surf every day.
Nice.
And I worked at the oceanfront, so it was convenient. You know, like I would.
Yeah, I imagine if I lived close by the beach, that I would just love it.
Yeah, so like we used to, like when I was in high school, like we would like take our boards into the kitchen, which was fucking hilarious. The chef let us. Because we couldn't leave them strapped to the fucking hood of the car in the parking lot out in the dark, like someone would have stolen our shit.
Yeah.
So, like, the chef surfed as well.
Right.
And so he would work day shift and we would work night shift. So, like, when we would swap off, like, he would ask us how the surf was, you know, where we were at, how was it, and then he would go. You know, but he lived down there and, like, we lived further away, so, like, we would bring our, like, we had a locker room in the hotel that I worked in, so we would put our surfboards in the locker room, and then we would all go, like, because they had showers in there and everything, so we would shower and fucking put on our uniforms and then go up into the kitchen and work, and then at the end of the night we would go back down and like fucking grab our shit and fucking
that's awesome.
go. It was a great gig, man. Like when you like fresh out of high school, you know, like, well, I worked there while I was in high school, and then once we graduated it just became more so, because like we would get out of school, like, what, you get out of school like 2?
Yeah.
And like we didn't have to work till like
High
5. And so, like, we would leave school, we'd grab the boards, go surf, then go to work, and then at the end of the night, we would, like, you know, find somebody to buy some beer, and then we would drink at night. You know what I mean? It was
Find someone to buy some beer?
well, yeah, dude. It was like, fuck, man. We're like fucking 18 years old. That's what.
Isn't that great? Just
dude,
simple. You know?
Simple things. Like, you know, we went to school, we went to work, we surfed, and we drank.
Was that when you were in New Orleans still, or here?
No, dude, you don't surf in New Orleans.
I don't know about that shit. It's
Here,
so
dude,
beach.
I worked at the DoubleTree on 19th Street.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
hopefully, I don't get in trouble for saying that shit, because I mean, it was years and years ago, and no one I know fucking still works there. Actually, someone I do know still works. Like, oh no, he got promoted, so he doesn't work there anymore. Now he's a GM of a hotel that's being built at the oceanfront. So he's actually the general manager of a building that's being built, and he goes out there and like he brings the construction crew pizza and shit like that, because like, you know, he goes out there and checks on the property, you know, and like what's going on. He's the general manager. And
Badass.
like he brings the construction crew pizza and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I worked construction for a little bit. I never got a slice
I-
of bread.
I will say, like, when we were in Cali, like, I feel like construction crews get a lot more love.
oh hell yeah, dude! Like, we were trying to figure out how to fucking feed those dudes. Like they construction crews work so damn hard, and I know that because like I have good friends that are contractors, and like they do amazing things for me. Like, they come over in the middle of the night and change my hot water heater.
They literally
Oh, yeah.
built his deck, like, that you saw us eat the
I
whole
mean,
life and all.
I
they're
love the guy in question.
they're awesome people.
Understand
Like,
why.
and they would like, you know, it's good to have friends like that, and like, you know, like, and I was like, you know, how can I repay you, dude? And he's like, bitch, you feed me all the fucking time. And like, he's like, we're square. He's like, I come over here, man. We drink beers, we party. You fucking bought food, and like, you cook all this shit. He's like, yeah. If I gotta come over here like once, fucking once in a blue moon to help you out and like fucking help you weld in a hot water heater, like no shit, like that hot water heater right there. Like me and him in the middle of the night put that shit in, like.
You're talking about the same person, right?
Yeah, like I came home and there was just like water running out of my garage, and like I saw it. Like, I'm walking up to the house and I look at Melissa and I was like, "What the fuck is that water?" She's like, "Oh, I saw that when I came home." And I was like, "You didn't think about walking in the garage and figuring it out?" Like, so
Dooley just spilled a water bottle.
like no, dude, it's a shit. Like a hot water heater, fucking just bust open the bottom and just dumped water in my garage. And like, I don't even know how many gallons that fucking thing is, but it's a lot. I think it's 30, 40 gallons.
Did it mess up a lot?
No. I mean, well, it went that way. Like, so it went under all the crap. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's like fucking lawnmower. Like, that's not gonna hurt that. Like, so it's like,
Those tires, man.
yeah.
Weathering.
Speaking of which, if anyone's interested, I'm selling a lawnmower. It's a rider. It's nice.
Well, I gotta get a backyard.
Yeah, I'm trying to clear this area out over here. No one can see. Aden hasn't been over here in a while, so like I don't know how much has changed since the last time you've been there. We got 2 refrigerators behind you.
TV's new. That's new.
Oh yeah, damn it's been that
2
long.
refrigerators.
Oh, shit.
And a deep freezer.
Well, that
There's 3.
that I remember.
There's
But
3
there was
freezers
2 of
and
these.
2 refrigerators in this garage because Team Fat Kid.
Absolutely.
Like, and they're still. That's just in the
I
garage.
expected more. I'm a little let down, but you guys
So,
will grow.
This
This whole thing will be a freezer at one point. Chilling.
Yeah, like the whole garage is just like we just put meats in here. But so, but like real though, having contractors like come and help you, like it's priceless. And like then looking at the construction crews, like when you walk by, and these bitches are building like skyrise buildings, and like I feel like they don't get the recognition, like how you were talking about, like with the kitchen, like those guys, man. Like,
It's a thankless job. Like,
yeah, dude, like everywhere, like everyone listening, like you are inside a house or a vehicle that someone built, and you've never thought about that before.
Well, I don't know about a vehicle.
Well,
that's all machine now.
Well, there's somebody there fucking operating the machine.
Yeah.
And so, but like, when you think about it, like, very thankless jobs. Like,
Yeah.
and I actually the other day I noticed like on the producer's car, there's a sticker in the windshield, and it was evidently built at a Ford plant in Missouri, and it says Union made. Like they have the Union sticker on the, like the Ford Union sticker is like on the windshield of her car, like proudly Union made. Like those, so these people in this union took time to put the sticker on the windshield to say like, hey, our union made your truck. Like, so if
Right.
you like that, taking pride in what you do, and I think that's a big thing. Like a lot of companies miss nowadays. Like just in people in general. Like you got to take pride in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, it shows through.
And also, like, where we work at right now, there's a lot of construction going on. And, like, the other day I was driving to work. It's, like, 3 p.m., and it's, like, 100 degrees outside.
Easy.
And-
It's been hot as hell here.
And there's just, there's, like, 3 dudes, like, making sure that the little concrete seam roller thing,
Yeah.
big-ass fucking,
Steamroller?
yeah, that thing. I always want to call it something else because it...
The rolly thing.
The Austin Powers rolly thing?
No! You have time to move. or the Deadpool Zamboni thing. I'm gonna kill you in like 5 minutes.
I always think about the cartoons, that get ran
Yeah.
over and they just turn into paper and
Yeah.
float. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I saw these 2 dudes, like they're like guiding the.
I'm good.
I thought you said more.
I did, but I didn't realize that you already passed me one.
Arctic.
But yeah, I saw these 2 dudes, like they're like guiding it to make sure like he paves the right fucking thing, and like this
They're
one
called
dude,
ground guides, Dewey.
fucking,
Maybe you would know if you did it.
I know.
I know.
I've never done construction. I've done landscaping, but but like they're guiding him and everything. And this dude, he has dreads. Like he is just sweating. Like I'm talking like dripping off his arm, doing this thing, and it's like
Slinging sweat everywhere.
just like I'm like maybe 5 feet away from him, possibly.
You got to turn your windshield wipers on.
Yeah, you get tired just looking at them.
Yeah, I'm just like, Jesus, I'm about to be doing that in a
Start
kitchen,
sweating.
but like, I got AC in that bitch. You have nothing. Like,
I gotta be honest with you. Like the kitchen that we're working now is not uncomfortable. It does get hot, but as any kitchen does. But
that
like
damn dry storage though.
they did some good duct work in that bitch. Like it's tolerable.
Yeah,
It's more tolerable than most kitchens I've been in.
yeah. And granted, how big it is, like you have room.
I mean, what the ceilings are? What, 15 feet, 10 feet,
Yeah,
somewhere
somewhere on there.
Like, and
That's awesome because
It's a huge-
many that are tolerable at all.
it's a huge area as well, and like they built in so it does have AC. Just like first off, to be in a kitchen that has fucking AC, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But then they have like these big ass fans that are like hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, there's
And
like one next to like the entrance to the kitchen, one that hangs over like the actual line, and like
so it
the
blows
line.
like straight down the line, and there's one right over the dish pit that blows down into
So like
the
if
dish
you're the
pit.
dude spraying at the dish pit, like you just have this cool air just breathing on you. Like if you're the dude catching.
Yeah,
catching.
catching.
Right when I said that.
Yeah.
Right when I said that.
You knew.
I don't really want air breathing on me, you know.
But these are
breathing, I think
but these
I'm
are
hot.
like but these are like big ass industrial fans. Like I would say they're probably
Think of that times like 5.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're probably like 4 or 5 feet in diameter.
The only thing that
And
sucks for the one that points on the line
It blows
is
the tickets off the fucking rail.
that, and the fact that our flat top is like kind of open at the bottom, so it kind of
the
kind of pushed out the flames from the actual the line.
Yeah, so like there are ups and downs.
Yeah.
But
So sometimes like the cooks will actually turn that off like when they're busy, which is crazy, but they'll turn the fan off when they're busy because shit's blowing around. Like now you have like the multiple, like when you have like, you know, a full rail of tickets, like you're cooking like 20 fucking tickets, and like now they're trying to fucking blow away.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
annoying, and like
Those
they
moments.
would rather suck it up. But the kitchen has AC, and like the hood system in that kitchen is amazing. It has a return air that comes out cold, so like the hood sucks air up, but then it has a return that blows out the top.
And
Yeah,
for,
dude, like-
and for a while that shit did not work.
Oh yeah, they had to fix it, but
Yeah,
it's
like-
operating
Well,
again.
Yeah.
well, I'm really happy that you guys work at the White House. You know, because that's amazing.
Like it, out of every kitchen I've worked in, this is like one of the most
That sounds so crazy.
like that they took they spent the extra money to make sure that the staff in the kitchen behind the scenes was comfortable while they worked,
That's
and
awesome.
that speaks volumes.
Absolutely.
Like about like the ownership and the people who built this motherfucker. And that hood system is huge because it's a double line, so it has like on both sides. So there's like a hood system blowing on both sides.
And me and Jason have had this conversation more than once, just like him and me talking. Like, okay, say you're going to this random hotel. It doesn't even matter
Yeah.
where you're at. It doesn't even matter.
I know exactly where you're going.
Yeah, it
because
doesn't
this
even matter what type of hotel you're at. It doesn't matter if it's a motel. Like, it doesn't matter if it's like just a fucking bed and breakfast. Like, think of like, let's say a Westin, Hilton.
You're go. Just get to the point.
Okay, whatever.
Everyone
Okay.
understands.
How much all the plumbing, all the electricity, all the outlets, all the wires that have to run through to every single room and
All the wires that have to run to all the exterior lighting. That's how this whole story started.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We were like, holy shit! Like, there is like outside of we have 307 rooms. Outside of every room, there's 2 lights. That we were just looking at the exterior of the building. You know, like think about the poor bastard that had to wire 614 lights. Like, how long does that take? How long does it take to run the wires before you can even begin to start wiring light
I imagine
fixtures?
it takes a while. You know, I don't know too much about. I did construction for maybe about 4 or 5 months. And I didn't really. know shit.
and you're like, fuck this
But
shit.
I was very absolutely. That was the because that was a few years after when we worked together.
Uh-huh.
A buddy of mine was just like, hey, I can hook you up starting out at 15 an hour. Like just show up, and I did, and I showed up without a hard hat. 'Cause I thought they gave you that stuff. I thought that was just part of the job.
Oh, that's something new I learned. Like,
And,
apparently,
I was this many years old when I learned that they don't. You have to supply your own hard hat.
I just showed up.
But hey,
I
guys,
had
you got to bring your own
boots with steel toe.
Yeah, you got to bring your own
That's
tools.
about it.
What the fuck?
I didn't have any tools the first day.
we'll
Went out
supply
and
y'all
got those
motherfuckers with
after.
that shit. Like,
So your first day was about 30 minutes.
It was. I got
All right,
there.
now I need you to go.
Have a spare hard hat.
I need you to go shopping and then come back.
Yeah.
Like, so you got to spend money to make money.
But that was the first day, and that was the first time waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to have to drive like an hour and a half to the job site.
Holy shit!
So when he told me, you can't work today, I was like, all right, that's cool. We'll start again another day. And I went back to sleep as soon as I got home.
No, you didn't go shopping for a hard hat. And where does one procure a hard hat?
Lowe's.
Lowe's? Oh, they have.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe Lowe's, Home Depot, maybe.
That's pretty much where I went. I got all the tools I needed, and I got these.
So you're making
gel in there.
So you had these knee pads with gel. They were super.
Dude, you
nice.
need them.
Oh,
on my knees, just like using a.
Where are you
Dude,
now?
I did flooring.
God.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Give me some shots fired, dude. Because I'm killing it right now.
Yeah, I would be on this roof blowing guys, and you need tools. You know?
And gel pad knee pads with gel in them.
I'm so happy
gotta
to
get
inhale
the work
that
done.
cigarette because that would have just hurt. Like,
It looked like it did hurt a little bit.
but I can kind of attest with that because with the Lance,
Blowing guys,
Yeah.
yeah, like when
we've all been there.
hey, man's got to eat, right?
Oh, Jesus. It's getting dark.
Whoever has watched Trailer Park Boys knows what I'm talking about. But so
Got $5? You got 5 minutes?
Randy, what are you doing over here? But anyway, for landscaping at Archon, we had to be at the base. I am going to drive Archon because it's
Too late now.
It's a good company to work for. Like, they paid well, government contracting type of thing like that. And I was with my friend. He's the one that got me the job. And he's like, all right, I'll be at your house at 3:30. I'm like, fucking why?
3:30?
Yeah. 3:30, 4 o'clock. And
That's rough.
Whoa, dude.
and I was like,
when I go to bed.
dude, I was like, we start at 6. He's like, yep. See you at 4.
So you had to drive.
Yeah, so
Couple
he
hours.
picked me up, and it was like maybe from his house.
Hey, pass me those bugs.
I was like, there's a lot of flies here. Which one?
You know what? I want another Dorito.
Oh, go for it, man.
But yeah. So he picked me up at 3:30, 4 o'clock. I'm good.
You passing on the bugs?
Yeah.
Pussy.
I'm gonna try to.
Well, I'm talking right now, but
So
so he,
how much we cared about your story. We started eating.
So he picked me up at that time. We drove. It's like a 30-minute drive maybe to home base, basically for the landscaping. And we sat there, like we parked, and then he's like, "All right, if you want to take a nap, you can." I'm like,
Why the fuck are we here?
and I was like, "Why the fuck you pick me up now?" He's like, "Oh, because I've driven here when it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. It takes an hour to get through the fucking gate because that's when everyone's going to work." Mm-hmm. So he's like, "All right, let's do this shit." And I didn't know this is like first day on the job. It was like, all right, it's 5:15. Get the fuck out of the car. I'm like, we start at 6.
no.
And he's like, yeah, you gotta fill up your shit. You gotta fill up the truck. You gotta fill up this. You gotta do this. You gotta do the maintenance check. You gotta do all this stuff. I'm like, so am I clocking in at 6 or am I clocking in at fucking 5? He was like, you're clocking in at 6. I'm like, so maintenance.
Nah, motherfucker, I clocked in at 3 when you picked me up. Like,
Oh, yeah.
But like after a while, because I worked for 2.5 weeks before I got laid off, because it was like a
he
big.
sucked at
Yeah,
his
right.
job.
You were like, fuck this.
It was a big budget cut. Like me and 2 other guys that were the newly hireds got cut because you're new. Fuck you guys. So, like 2.5 weeks doing that shit. I was just like, all right, fucking, he's gonna be here in like 20 minutes. I got like 10 minutes of sleep. I'm like, let's go. He gets to my house 20 minutes early. I'm like,
Oh my god.
fuck you, Rob. I'll say your name. Fuck you, Robert. but
Dude, how many times did we have to wake your ass up in California?
every
Like-
day except for once, maybe twice.
Yeah, like it was a mission. Like when we checked in the hotels, like Dooley got his room key and he got 3 copies and he gave one to Alex and one to me, so that we could physically get in his fucking room to wake his ass
I
up.
will say I'm a very fucking heavy sleeper.
Yeah.
No drinking the night before, drinking the night before. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Like,
fucking matter.
Wow.
Like, dude, holy fucking shit.
Lucky you.
yeah.
Not
Like,
me.
no, like it doesn't matter what time I go to bed. I wake up at 7,
And-
7:30. Like
dude,
in that time frame, I'm awake.
Dude, I brought my screaming meanie. First level is kind of like a,
I don't even know if you ever used
Yeah,
that
what-
motherfucker.
I know, I
What is that,
used it
first of
fucking
all?
every day.
What does a screaming mean?
Okay, so first level on it, it's an alarm clock.
Aiden's getting good at this shit. He's asking all the right questions. I'm proud of him.
I'm very observant, and I came over here to learn, you know? I mean,
So the first level is kind of like your average alarm clock. Second level is a fire alarm. Third level is police sirens. Like those decibels of levels. I had that bitch on 2. I still have it on 2 every single day I wake up. Like for work and everything. And I do like
Dude, it's fucking insane.
like the other day, I had to be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning. So wake up at like 4:30, whatever.
right.
I say 5 o'clock, but on schedule it says 5:30, so be there at 5, whatever, fuck it.
Yeah. You need to tell yourself you need to be there at 5.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be half an hour late.
Yeah,
So,
you might need more time.
So-
30 minutes.
so like, it was, I don't know, last Tuesday or some shit like that, and my alarm goes off. I'm so out of it. Like, I check my phone, I'm like, why don't you turn it off? And then I look, I'm like, Alexa, off. Alexa, off. And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's that alarm. Like, I use Alexa as an alarm, my phone as an alarm, my alarm clock on my next to my bed, and then the screaming meanie. Like, dude, it takes me a good hot minute to wake up.
You need to just hire somebody. To
Yeah,
plug your nose.
Come in, what
Someone just walks in and closes your nose shut. It doesn't work because this bitch snores so fucking loud through his mouth. Like someone had to put a pillow over your fucking head in order to wake you up.
what's the executive chef's ringtone? Get your ass out of bed. You got shit to do today.
That's good.
Our executive chef, his ringtone when it goes on, he's like, "Get your ass out of bed! You got shit to do today."
That's his phone call. That's his text.
It's
Like,
his alarm clock in the morning.
dude, one time we were in staff and
and it went off. It was fucking.
it went off and like
So
it
a
was,
staff meeting. There's like 19 managers in this building, and his phone goes off in the middle of a board meeting.
and all you hear
There's
like
19 people.
under the table just get your ass out of bed. Get your shit to do today.
And like everyone's fucking laughing so hard, and they're like, "Oh, you know, now you gotta put that on the table and play it again because we want to hear the whole thing."
Really?
Like, yeah, it was like,
he wanted to go take the call because I think it was like his daughter, her mom,
Yeah,
or someone
yeah.
like that. So he wanted to go take the call, came back, and everyone's like, "Play it again." And he's like, "Oh, "Fucking shit!" Like, played it, and all of us just started laughing our ass off. They were like, "All right, back to work."
yeah, all right. So like you get like you know that 15-minute giggle session, and everyone's
Yeah.
got a little tear in their eye, and then it's like, all right, so back to the P&L. The profit and loss statement says that we did rather well this month.
So
yeah, that's exactly how this meeting goes, and it's boring as hell.
It's kind of
But
shocking to
it-
me that even happened. That's really cool.
like,
Yeah,
like,
like-
for me,
Not
for me
super
coming
serious.
into this job, like, there's like we have, you know, morning meeting, and then on Thursdays we have morning meeting, BEO meeting, banquet event order, and then
Staff meeting,
staff meeting, and then,
and then
like
the evening meeting.
yeah, and then evening meeting. So Thursday is just meeting day. And at first I was like, because at the place that we worked at, there's no meetings ever, maybe once every 5 years.
We did.
So-
No, we did them on Mondays. You just weren't there.
Yeah, because there was like me and the other chef, and then he would go, and I would be in the kitchen. And he'd schedule me specifically to do that. But yeah. So, like at first, I was just like, "Fuck yeah! I got to go to meetings. I got to experience this shit." Now, like it's hard for me to stay awake during the morning meeting because I'm 5 o'clock in the morning, and everyone else is like, "Oh, I just got to work." Bitch, I've been here for 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
But it's just so now it's more just whatever. I got to hear the meeting. But at first I was like, yeah, I get to experience meetings. I like this. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, it's just. But now I'm just like, Dolly, what do you have? Cleaning,
Nothing.
prepping for the weekend.
I got nothing.
Next.
Like, trust me, like, if we're in a meeting, like, and there's a dire issue, like, I've already talked to you about it before this fucking meeting.
Yeah, like the F&B side, it wouldn't matter if it's the executive chef, me, Jason, banquet manager, restaurant manager, and then assistant restaurant manager. That whole thing would just
Like, we take up, like, half the table. Just, like,
have the
Our
deal. The
department alone.
whole this side of the table is just F&B, and then it's like you get done with like the DOS, director of sales,
Right.
and then you have your
The
chief engineer, and then possibly your
housekeeping, director of ops.
yeah, all these other people are there, and they're like
accounting,
and then they're like
the
Accounting?
control. Yeah, the controller. Like they.
Oh, this is serious.
and then,
It's a full on fucking meeting.
yeah,
dude.
and then
round table.
they're all
it's literally it's a board table.
like I love the chief engineer, but he does exactly what he does for stand up, what he does in staff, and it's like, dude, I just heard you like 3 hours ago.
Everyone heard this
So
already.
you guys are like big wigs now, huh?
Kind of, yeah, like
Change.
yeah, we have changed so much. Like we sit in board meetings and there.
But like,
That is the low light of our career.
I love the chief engineer, but
Dude,
him,
he's fucking awesome.
yeah, like I fucking love him.
Yeah.
And then him and the general manager will like, because she's always on his ass about something.
There's a fucking thing called over communication.
Yeah, and they just go back and forth for a minute, and then the next thing is it's either me or it's the executive chef, and then it's me. And once, like, the executive chef will be like, so fucking, what do you have? Nothing. Dilly, what do you have? Cleaning. Jason? Nothing. Banger manager? Tomorrow we got this group and that group, and that's about it. You have anyone to hire? Nope.
Yeah, like we're still hiring in all departments.
Yeah, and then it's like restaurant manager, schedule, and
Yeah, like
That's about it.
I have this reservation for 30. That's it.
Let me ask you a question, Dooley. Do you like what you're doing at the moment?
oh fuck yeah,
That
Like-
makes me really happy. Because
like-
remember the conversations we used to have
oh fuck yeah.
back in the day?
Oh, let's get
You
into
know,
these
I would
conversations.
all-
I want to know about the
you know,
conversations.
Like, it was like when did you? It was I was there for like what, another year or something like that after you.
I mean, you tell me. I was going.
Well, let's see.
Oh damn, man! He
Wait,
fucking totally took the pilot seat, and I'm enjoying the fuck out of this. Go ahead, Aiden. I'm proud. Like, go for
I'm
it.
loving this, by the way.
I do remember like the day you left. It was very abruptly.
I remember the fucking day.
It
though.
wasn't my proudest moment, and I do
Can
regret
you
it.
pass me a beer?
I mean, me like once I heard why, like I was like,
I mean, I understand why too.
I was like, dude has shit to do. Like that
That whole shit was fucked up. Like, like,
But see, I just want to say, and he already knows, but it was never a personal thing.
oh, I know it wasn't a personal
You know.
thing. Like, dude, like, what was happening at that moment? Like, I get it.
Yeah, and the funny thing was,
That shit was not right.
The chef, like he just sat down, have his beer and everything like that, and then I was like, oh fuck, Aiden just left. All right, I guess I'm gonna bartend. I'm like, and I'm about to leave too, and then they're like, Dooley, can you do some bar backing? I'm like, don't have to talk to people.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing I said, and they're like, I mean, maybe if they want another fucking drink. I was
Nah,
like,
you don't really have to.
yeah, and I was like, I'm gonna do some dishes, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm clocking the fuck out and drinking. And then the chef was
Dude,
like,
I was totally there to see Joe Rogan commentate a fight.
oh yeah. But like that whole night, it was whatever. Like
It was
Yeah.
fucking. It was weird. It was super weird, and how everything fucking. It like how everyone missed the event
Yeah,
was.
that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, how everyone missed the event was impressive to me. It's like not the impressive is the wrong word, but it's still impressive. Like, how does everyone else in the world know about this event, except for the people
The
who
whole staff.
the
Yeah.
entire
See, I'm
staff?
not surprised. I don't know because I'm not big. It was UFC, right?
yeah. It was-
Yeah, I'm not huge into UFC.
and
I respect
it wasn't even a huge fight. It was pay per view, but it wasn't a huge final fight.
It wouldn't even. Like,
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm so like not in that world.
No. I'm saying like, I mean, if it was like Ronda Rousey or McGregor or something like that, then it's like everyone's here.
I think if it was that
I'm
big,
pretty sure it was Holly
comes
Holmes.
into your life, regardless.
Oh,
if
hey, Alex is here.
Alex.
Let me get shit out of your chair.
Yeah, your mic's hot. We're proud. Mike's hot. We've been waiting for you.
Hey, you're here. Have a ghost pepper.
You're actually pretty good.
let me get my
Watch
drinks out of your
watch
face.
that. Yeah, all that shit. And hand me that thing because it's expensive.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about that, but we started to.
Good timing, also.
I'm just gonna move this over someplace.
I don't know if we're going to talk about that on the next podcast or like this one, but
Well, I mean, this one is running. We're an hour and a half right now.
I know,
Probably,
but
wrap this one up soon. But like,
I see how it is. I get here and then you want to cut it off. It's cool. Cool.
But it's.
Hey, I mean, we still literally have another hour and 36 minutes we can talk. But
I mean, Aden will be here Thursday.
I will.
Aden will totally be here Thursday.
You'll be here Thursday.
Yeah. That's right.
So like, we're definitely gonna have Aden on Thursday. But back to the situation. And I think it was a Holly Holmes fight.
yeah, I think it was too. I mean,
Which is still a big ticket fight, man.
That
it was big ticket, but I mean, we didn't advertise it saying, "Hey, we're going to be having the fight on pay-per-view or whatever." Like, we did it as the restaurant. So
I mean, I just showed up because I knew it was a UFC night, and like, Aden did not.
Yeah.
Like, cause I got off work and it was a Saturday, and I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, dude!" Like, "Oh, Aiden's a bartender, fuck yeah!" Like, yeah, you know, like, I'm gonna go hang. I'm gonna sit here, hang out with my boy, fucking watch this fucking fight. Like, I'm gonna be here till 2 a.m. Like, Aden was not having that. he did not want to hang out with me.
Yeah, I remember seeing you.
I remember
Could
you
you tell from my face?
when you were
I
packing
remember-
your shit.
I remember. I just remember that I knew I had a face like just steam coming out of my ears.
They were not prepared for what the fuck was about to happen.
No.
And like, look,
You know
man,
what we're
like,
talking about?
I have a feeling.
yeah.
I have a feeling.
That's why I was saying good timing.
Yeah, like, so, like, I mean,
I remember the
I
next day.
forgot you were the general manager at the time.
Yeah.
Before you pulled up, I had said I regretted that moment, and it wasn't personal, and it was a shit show.
I don't take it personally.
Cool.
Yeah. We're good.
no, we're mending. Look at us mending bridges.
Honestly, I'm here with two of my favorite bosses at one time or another.
And your favorite cook.
Absolutely, Dooley.
He's all right. He's all right.
Hey, I made fucking Crunchwrap Supremes on the fly for people.
But like we were saying, you would.
Your ass came back. You're like, yo, can you put some beer cheese in that? I'm like, fuck yeah. Can you also put this in there too?
Because Aden is a true fat kid.
Dude, Aden,
Absolutely.
dude,
Yeah, he's like,
what was the-
can you put some beer cheese in
Well,
that?
what was the
Like
one
some
thing I
peanut
gave
butter?
you? I forgot. It was it.
I was just thinking that.
What was it? A burger or
It was
what?
a burger.
Oh, dude, I put two patties together.
You would freestyle burgers. You would try out different.
Yeah.
At one point, you were trying out different burgers and just like testing.
For like
ideas out.
fucking
And I
Burger
was
Monday or
your
whatever the
guinea
fuck it was. And
they
then
were all
you'd be
good.
working, and then I'm like, so I know you love food.
pig. Hell yeah.
And then what?
No, keep going. Like,
and then I was like, I'm gonna make you a pound burger,
1 pound.
1 pound burger. And then I was like, I'll put shit inside the burger.
Really pulls the beginning of the fucking whole podcast back together with the burger.
Burger rules.
I forgot what I did to it. I think I put like I did those like I think like wonton strips, but I did it with tortilla strips, and I fucking fried those, and then I put some like some shit on. It was some banging ass fucking. I shit you not, it's probably on my fucking Instagram, but I remember you looked at it.
Yeah,
and
you
you're
were,
like,
because you were taking pictures of all. This was like slightly before the specialty burgers.
Yeah.
Remember when we did that for a while?
yeah, like
That was-
every single
you were
like
testing it out?
Arthur with his poblano
Yeah,
fried
because
burger.
there was Burger Monday, and then we were running like the NFL specials where we were tying the Monday game with like burgers from
A theme.
There was
like
so the burgers.
Browns, like
Patriots
chili?
and
Yeah, so like we were running burgers like for like the entire week, going like on the Monday
And of
night
course,
game.
since the Patriots are always in the fucking playoffs and shit like
But
that,
it
we
was
always had a New York
No,
Patriots.
it was Mondays.
In New York.
So it was Monday. It was Monday night games. So like, because everybody gets a Monday night game, so we got to run a bunch of cities,
Yeah.
and so we were doing city burgers like for whatever team.
I still remember
and
we
we
did
ran
that.
those for the fucking week.
We did those
Yeah.
buffalo oysters or some shit like that.
Oh,
I
those
mean,
were good.
we had
I still remember
fried-
that.
we had
Yeah.
a lot of
Top.
fun trying to figure out like how do you tie in like something specific for a city, and
Yeah.
how do you tie that into a burger and then run it for an entire week.
'Cause I remember we
Yeah.
did the Seattle burger.
That's like when Arthur was doing like the Provel cheese and all that
Yeah.
shit for like what was it, Cincinnati or something like that.
Something like that.
He made cheese for that fucking burger. Like,
Yeah. And then his fucking fried poblano stuffed burger. Like, he literally had a fucking poblano that he stuffed and then fried and then put on top of a burger.
That bitch was making fucking ketchup.
I know, right? I was
Like-
like, dude, what are you...
Dude, he was
You do you.
he was doing things, and like, I mean, for him to end up like, he's not there right now anymore, but like, he ended up in a burger restaurant like that, like that's like Arthur's wheelhouse, like, you know, fucking 40 different fucking burgers, like,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Oh, yeah.
as long as he can create some of them, like, and I think that's like another big thing, like when we were talking about like chefs and like fucking the unsung heroes, and like how much creativity goes into these things, and like just a burger, like, and how much creativity, like the research and the creativity that to make this burger,
Yeah.
like, and like shit you've never heard of, like, who the fuck has ever heard of Provel cheese? But this bitch is in the kitchen making it. Like, it's like, he's like, oh yeah, like, he's like, I googled it, they're really big on this Provel cheese, and like, I'm gonna make it, like, fucking
And
go for it, bro.
As we
Fat kid.
as we have said, you know, like the thankless jobs and all that type of stuff like that. Arthur, he's kind of in a way like the thankless person that we've had on 14 Fat Kid. Like, he's the one that kind of brought a little bit people together, type of stuff like that. He brought my creativity up, like when he was my.
I mean, he fucking coined the fucking name.
Like,
Fat kid,
like,
dude,
he made me a fat kid. Like, at first I was just coming to work.
Oh,
and
bitch, you were fat.
He was a fat man.
Words hurt. Words hurt.
You were a man, Dooley.
Words hurt. But like, he's the one, like, when I first became on grill, like, he wouldn't help me on the line. Like, I had like 2 12-top softball teams, and then a random ass 20-top, and then a full
And
bar.
you're telling me Arthur wouldn't help you?
I
He-
remember
he-
that rain.
He helped me on Expo. Like, he would be calling me and telling me what I need right here and there and everything.
Like, how many people were with you? Because you making it sound like you were.
Yeah,
on
you
the
make it
line.
sound like you're running it alone here.
No. Closing fry person was there. I forgot who it was or
Okay,
whatever.
so there's you and one other person.
And I'm doing all the burgers, and pretty much there was no saute, so it was like grill and fry.
Okay.
There's a little bit of saute here and there, so he'd kind of go over there and fucking chicken pasta, whatever, like toss that shit up. So, and then after all that was done, like the softball teams, he was like, Dilly, come over here. And then he showed me the 12 people from one softball team that was at the bar. I think that was your bar.
They were all my bars.
Yeah.
All of them were.
And like, he's like, look how happy they are. That none of them's bitching. They're all laughing. They're all loving everything. And then that's when I was like, finally, like,
That was the moment, the epiphany moment, the aha.
kinda.
I can cook.
No, well, not the whole I can cook. It was the more like I can do this and more. Like,
Well, bring it back. Like, what,
A lot of people think Arthur's an asshole, and
I mean, me and
Oh,
Arthur
that's
had
another
me and
story.
Arthur. Ooh,
That's
me and
another
Arthur
story.
went into
that's a
it.
Thursday story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah, I gotta-
Arthur is an asshole.
And he owns
Yeah,
it.
he owns it. I mean,
like when me and Arthur first started working together, like I would do something that Kurt, the chef, told me to do, and he'd be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "He told me to cut it this way," and then he'd go talk to the chef, and he'd be like, "All right, Dilly, you get that pass. You get that pass."
all right,
Yeah.
Billy. Okay.
But guess what?
It's wrong, but the chef told you to do it this way, but it doesn't make it right.
Yeah, and like there's like a one Monday or something like that, and like I came into work and like I did the fryers and some other stuff, and then it was like 2 hours into the shift. He's like, "You can go home," because I said something, did something to him. He was like, "I don't give a fuck. Like I'll do fry. I don't give a shit. Fry's easy as fuck. You're
Yes,
pissing this off."
Yes, you pissed me off. You can go home.
That's actually, that should be his phrase.
You can go home.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, like
I don't give a shit. You
like
can go
Arthur,
home.
like
There you go.
fuck you. I don't care about your
I'll
feelings.
take
Go
care
home.
of that station and my station.
And dude, I was like, I was freshly 21, so I was like, all right, cool. You just gave me time to go drink. Like, it's just, and then he came out there a little bit later. He's like, "I told you you're home." I was
Yeah.
like,
I didn't say go to the bar. I said go fucking home.
yeah. And then I was like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, yeah, go the fuck home.
Really?
And then I was like,
Dude.
motherfucker. And
I'm not surprised.
he
No.
told the bartender. He told the bartender.
What about
Come on,
anything
done.
Arthur does is surprising?
Like, dude,
because I fucking love this dude to death.
he straight
and,
up told the bartender.
Not much, because he's actually very caring.
Yeah.
And, like a really kind person.
Well, he's the hard ass for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, he's an asshole, but there's usually a really good reason behind it.
Yeah, well, we bring it.
Reason.
We bring it to that whole like military mindset that he has, and like, okay, so he is the sous chef. The chef is basically like the captain, and he will call the chef captain. He is technically technically the XO or the executive officer, and in the way the military works is everyone loves the captain. He's the nice guy. He's your buddy. He's the one who's gonna, hey, like, I'm gonna take care of you on this. You know, the XO is the motherfucker. Like, if this bitch fucking comes out here one more fucking time, I'm gonna lose my fucking shit and my rank.
The sous chef is the asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
So
he's like he executes the rules.
the shit that's coming from the top.
Yeah.
Because the captain told him to do it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and like so okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm
just like, you know.
Yeah, they're gonna be pissed, but you know, yeah,
Like,
we gotta work on the weekend.
Like, I'll tell you straight
Again, for like the fifth fucking weekend in a row.
I'll tell you straight up, like, on Saturdays where they had the little car show in the back, it was the ass end, most of the cars were leaving and stuff like that, and Arthur and me got in an argument on the line. Not busy, nothing like that. Like, he said something, and then I was like, well, the chef told me I leave at fucking 7. It's 7:20. Like, I was a little fucking asshole back then. Like, and then
Back then.
Yeah. Out times.
yeah, about out times. I was like, oh, well, it's fucking 20 minutes past my fucking out time. Now I'm like, oh, I was supposed to leave at 7. It's 11.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
Still getting paid.
so he brought me outside, and like, we're in a yelling match. Like, we're like in the parking lot, like 6 parking spaces way away. So anyone that comes outside doesn't really hear anything, but we're talking very loud. It's not a yell, but he was getting in my face and everything like that, and I'm like, dude, fuck off. I don't fucking care. Fuck you. All this type of shit like that. And then
it's the only situation you can't say, go home.
Yeah.
You want to go home. No.
I'm trying, bitch.
and like, we just started getting into shit, and then out of nowhere, he's just like, all right, fuck you. Fuck it. And then he did his famous fucking thing. When you try and like start talking, he's like, no.
I got it.
I got it. And then you're like, what the fuck do you? No.
He is really good with the no.
And you're like, fucker.
Fast too. It's a very powerful move, and he does it so fast and clear.
Yeah. You
like
can't get a word in.
His nose are like complete nose. It's not like no.
Right.
No, it's no.
Yeah.
Like, and like he says no.
It's like
so many times.
sonar. Like,
it's like he figured out like the rhythm of words and sped it up a little bit so that you can't throw a word.
Yeah.
And that was
like all of a sudden he's the fucking rap master.
And that was like our only fight. Like, after that, like, it was kind of like father son. Like, get your first fight with your dad, and then you become best buddies. Like, after that type of shit, like, I came in the next day working, and I was like, no. I was like, what's up? He's like, you help me cook something? I'm like, fuck yeah. So, and then that's where the whole fucking fried poblano fucking burger thing. I was like, what the fuck do you come with this? He's like, I don't know. I got high and thought about it. So, but, I mean, after that whole fight, like, it was, like, smooth sailing for us. And then, like, we've never had a fight ever since. So,
I mean, Arthur and I have gone down some dark paths, and that's not because he's black. But no, like I fucking love the guy. You know, like he's intelligent, and like he knows what needs to be done. And sometimes his delivery is a little off. Let's call it that. You know, like, it's not what you're saying, Arthur. It's how you're saying it. Like,
I think he knows.
Yeah, I used to.
Oh, he fucking knows.
yeah, he knows how he's talking. He's just like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he just doesn't give a
feel.
fuck. He doesn't care about your feelings. Oh, what, you gonna get triggered? It's because he does not. He carries around a box of zero fucks. and he'll dish them out all day. And he'll still have that full box at the end
one
of the
thing
day.
that always irritated me was he would play those like remix EDM songs of like Eminem or whatever the hell it would be. Like
Dude.
it was like Eminem and then some like
Like, he would play the same song like right before dinner every fucking day.
dude. He had this one thing
He would do
on
the whole dance.
YouTube. It was a 5-hour mix of random ass fucking rap songs with some like EDM shit put into it.
He
I'm
used
like,
to send those to me.
one time I literally face palmed. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ! You really want to play this fucking song again? Like,
Like, knowing Arthur, knowing him, I can't even picture what music he would listen to.
no, dude, like,
Like
he's
a
So
genre?
fucking random.
I
he-
would have no idea.
He
came
listens
over
to
here.
everything.
He came over here one day after like a year of not coming over here, and he was
I don't know
like,
if a year is.
no, like
I
from
mean,
the one time he came over
the
here,
one like because the
before
first time you saw him in a year.
I guess I'm from over here, like maybe I don't know, but like
It's been a while. Okay.
But it was like right after Eminem's Kamikaze came out.
Okay.
And he was like, "You listen to this new song," and it was like a fucking 2-hour mix of Eminem's whole Kamikaze album put into EDM. I was like, "Is this all you fucking listen to?" He was like, "Yeah, to annoy the fuck out of people."
What
Like,
is EDM?
electronic dance music? So like,
Oh, so it's like the
yeah, like
like the shit like at the fucking sombrero, whatever the fuck,
it's-
Sabaro,
yeah, Saguaro.
Saguaro, like that
yeah,
shit
okay.
at the pool. Is that
It's
is
basically-
that
Yeah.
EDM?
Yeah.
Because I had to fucking leave the hotel because I couldn't deal that shit.
Dude, that was my alarm clock one day.
yeah.
That's not surprising for you.
Like it was our day off, well, my day off. Y'all decided to go out and do stuff. Well, y'all never.
Someone was still asleep.
None of y'all ever came to my door. Not so.
We fucking
Or
called
choke
you
you
like
out to
fucking
wake
yeah, with a pillow.
It got close. Trust me.
Yeah, I've heard.
Do y'all want to end this one here and wait till Thursday?
Yeah, we're gonna have to wrap this one up. We've been talking for an hour and 40 minutes. Once again, guys, thank you as always for putting up with our shit. This is Team Fat Kid. You can always check us out on Facebook. It's Team Fat Kid. On Instagram, it's Team Fat Kid Nation. Twitter, we're Team Fat Kid 1, and on YouTube, we are Team Fat Kid. And remember, you can always listen to this podcast on your favorite podcast app. Thank you guys very much.
And do not forget, you can find all of our merchandise on TeamFatKidNation.com, and with a promo code of FAT10, you get
10% off.
10% off anything in the store. Also,
What a deal!
yeah, I know, right?
You guys losing money?
Probably.
And also, make sure to look out for Aiden's possible new podcast.
He hasn't come up with a name yet, but what did we talk about earlier? Like, what did we say?
A name?
Yeah, because I made the joke and you're like, that could possibly.
Figuring it out.
Yeah, I'm figuring it out.
Just look up on his
I think that's what it's gonna be, guys.
look up on
Yeah, I'm
his
figuring it out.
his Instagram, ChugLife757. You'll find him at Aden Smith on Facebook. You know, he's around.
No Facebook.
No
Yeah.
Facebook.
Oh yeah, you got rid of it now.
No, I'm not really big into the whole social media world. So when actually this is going to be a huge
relaunch?
relaunch of diving back and being a social person.
Okay.
Once I get the podcast, which is almost part of the goal of the podcast, is kind of I got a lot of ideas, I got a lot of opinions, and I want the world to know. And if you don't like it,
Fuck you,
Don't
because it's a
listen.
podcast. Like,
Yeah, you
Just
can
turn it
you
off.
can stop it whenever you want.
or
The-
send me emails of how pissed off you are, and then I will use that to create more content.
the FCC don't got shit on podcasts, so you're clear to say anything
The
you want.
FCC won't let me be,
Wild.
so let me be me.
I'm tired of all the soft tiptoeing around.
You got a participation award. You got a participation award.
As humans, we're doing pretty good historically. We need to appreciate it. And I'm going to start calling out all the BS that's happening in the world, and that will be my podcast, as well as the positive things that go
Hopefully by Thursday he comes up with a name for his podcast.
on. Please help me.
All right, guys. This is Team Fat Kid. We are done. Team Fat Kid out.
Bye, bitches. Thank you for
Thank you.
listening.